Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today, I am jumping into the new event, the Battle Ranking Fury of Lightning and Wind, a really cool name that makes absolutely no sense considering we need water and earth in order to make this battle ranking happen. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys a top 100 clear for both the water trial and the earth trial. All right, so I'm going to be showing you guys those one at a time. As you guys can see, my rank is currently at 20 with a score of 74,000. Now I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I'm doing that. I'm going to be starting off with what I'm going to call the earth trial. And we're going to be taking on the Vajradhara Wu and Tai free challenge. Now, I'm going to show you guys my battle effects first, and then I'm going to show you guys the team that I kind of built around it. All right, so if we go into the battle effects right here, I have basically stacked up to stage level 125. I have a total bonus of 525% right here. The boss HP is up to 2000% HP, giving us 35 levels, 900% on the physical attack, giving us 30 more. We're going to keep physical defense and magic defense basically at neutral on this fight, just so that we can do as much damage as we can, as fast as we can do it. All right, so for me, I have no Earth Arcanums. So essentially, I'm coming at this from a non-elemental DPS standpoint and a physically focused one at that. The reason being is that you want to make a physical team is because if you go down here, we can get minus 60% to magic attack, which is going to give us free 7 points. No one's casting anything magic DPS oriented. And we're going to take the fog at the beginning, which is going to give us another 5 levels there. The fog will affect Matt, but not enough to the point where it's going to make a difference in the fight. Now, if we jump back up here, we are going to take the maximum physical attack buff at wave start. In order to survive this, I'm going to be using the Centipede right at the beginning, giving us a mid-tier physical defense buff. The duration of debuffs to others is going to be increased to the max level. This is also max level, max level. I believe the sigils are also at max level, and this is because I'm not actually going to try and break his sigils. I'm literally going to kill both of these bosses before they even get through the first sigil phase. I set the command gauge drain weight all the way up to 200% as well. So this is essentially my setup going into this. I'm taking the maximum amount of damage. I gave the boss the maximum amount of HP, and we are going to be able to reel in a really good score doing this. Now, how are we doing it, and what team are we going to be running? All right, so I'm going to be running Zack with his buff debuff extension costume. I'm going to be running Apocalypse because this is going to charge right before I need it, right at the end of the battle. Black Whiskers is going to be in the front hand right here. I put this in the front hand actually because I was going to use it for breaking sigils, but I think I'm actually going to switch Black Whiskers into the offhand and switch Ceremonial Sword into the front hand just to give Zack a little bit more physical stats right there. All right, so we're going to put the Ceremonial Sword Z in the main hand, Black Whiskers in the offhand. Both of them are only at level 90 here. For Matt over here, he's going to be running his elite uniform, heal, and physical defense. Ifrit in the summon right here, but he's not even going to get to the point where the summon even goes off. Centipede is really important for at least this team strategy going into this fight. And then this I just put on him right here because I was trying to break X sigils earlier, and it has an X sigil boost. So you can, if you're going for the sigil break, do something like this. But for me, I think you can basically slot in his offhand whatever you want. Really what's important is the Centipede right here. And also Matt is not going to charge Ifrit in time before we kill him. But if you aren't killing him in time, it's good to put something strong here so that you can get damage. You want to kill these guys as fast as possible. All right, now we have Tifa over here. I'm running Amarant's costume. If you have the Cowgirl costume, that's a really great one too, even better than this one. I'm running Dolphin Blow right here for the limit break, 900 cast time. We have the Guide Gloves at level 90 OB6, and I have the Amarant's Claws here at OB10. If you have any copy of the Amarant's Claws, you can just put it on Tifa, even if they're OB1, just to boost her physical attack, even just a little bit at the beginning of the fight, and it's going to do the job just fine. All right, now other than that, for the materia, which honestly I'm not even using any of the materia in this entire fight, but I did spec a Cura on Zack, a Fog on Matt, just in case, and a Cura on Tifa. I have a Quakera Blow on Zack, Quakera Blow on Tifa, and just a stat stick healing materia right here. Then I have a Triangle Sigil on Zack. If you are going for the Sigil breaks, Black Whiskers has a Triangle Sigil break boost. Also, Guide Gloves has an X Sigil break boost because the boss is going to be using Triangle and X sigils. One of them will be X, the other will be Triangle. Then last but not least, I have a Cura in the third slot for Matt because Centipede has a heal boost in its third materia slot. Now, if we jump over to the bosses right here, we've all fought these guys before. What's important to note is that they are not immune to physical defense down. They're also not immune to poison, so that is something to keep in mind. However, this strategy is more like a blast and be done with them kind of strategy. So even poison would be taking away from the overall quickness of the DPS we're going into. What's important is that physical defense can be broken, and what's even better is that once they attack, they're going to break their own physical defense all the way to 5 tiers, which is really going to allow physical damage to shine in this fight. I can only imagine how good Yuffie is here, to be honest. And this guy is more or less exactly the same. All right, so that is going to be the setup. I will jump over here and just show you guys the back-end stats. Zack sitting at 105,000 power, 8.2k HP, 4.7k physical attack right here, and 134 physical defense. His R abilities are going to be focusing essentially DPS qualities. Physical attack right here, we have regular attack at level 3, then we have boost ability potency 2, physical ability potency 3, and some buff debuff extension. On top of that, we're going to have the boost physical attack to all allies from the Stream Saber, and the boost physical attack to all allies from Glenn's axe right here. So for his sub-weapons, we're going to have the Stream Saber at OB6, the Heavy Hauser at OB6, and then just for a little bit of survivability, the Howl House Collar for HP and physical defense. Now to move over to Matt, he's sitting at 82k power, 8.9k HP, 2.3k physical attack, 2.1k magic attack, 155 physical defense, and 2.5k healing. Those are his most important stats. So to look at his R abilities, HP, physical defense, and healing are the most important ones, along with buff debuff extension right here. Now for his sub-weapons, we're going to equip the Guard Stick for healing limit break potency, the Hell House Cannon for HP physical defense, and the Feather Scatter for more HP physical defense. Last but not least, we have Tifa Lockhart, my one true love, other than my wife. 104,000 power, 9.1k HP, 4.2k physical attack, and 113 physical defense. We have HP at level 4, physical attack maxed at 7 here, and then boost physical ability potency all the way up to level 7 as well, along with getting the boost physical attack to all allies level 3 and level 2. Her sub-weapons are going to be Glenn's Axe at OB1, the Murasame at OB10, and the Maritime Sword at OB10. All right, guys, so that is going to conclude the build for the Earth Trial. That being said, let's get into it. All right, guys, here we are going into the Earth Trial right here. All right, they are going to be ultra buffed at the beginning of this fight, but we are going to take them down. I'm going to start off by targeting the one on the right. When Zack gets up to 5 ATB, I'm going to switch over to him, cast Ceremonial Switch, switch to Tifa, No Mercy, switch back to Matt, Recovery Circle. I'm not even going to switch over to the blue right there. We're just going to block that first attack. All right, so that's going to be the first thing, is set up all of their attack buffs and get that physical defense up. As soon as that's done, I'm going to, as quickly as I can, switch out of that and immediately resume as much damage as I can right here on the first Vajradhara tie. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Matt is just going to auto heal, and as you can see, we are basically going to take down this first one super quickly right here. All right, I'm going to switch over to Zach so that he doesn't accidentally use the triangle sigil break right here. All right, so I just want to get him up to here, use Ceremonial Slice, switch back to Tifa, Zongan Fist, and then immediately go into the limit breaks right here. And that should be the entire fight right there. We'll see right here if I was able to clear it. It's really quick. You might have to watch it a few times. But essentially, that is my strategy, is just decimating these guys as quickly as possible. And that is going to be the fight right there and then. And honestly, pretty fun, not super crazy. It will be tricky if you don't have the right weapons, as all content in this game is. So there was a 71,000 score. So not quite as high as I've gotten before. It's because my one-hit max damage wasn't as high. So just got to make sure you do it a few times here and there and tweak it just to make sure that you get the crit, right? We're using non-elemental DPS weapons. So if you get the crit, it's going to be higher. If you don't get the crit, it's going to be lower. But essentially, if you're looking for the top 100, you're wanting to score as close to 70,000 or higher as you can. So this is going to basically solidify you guys in that if you are running Earth. That being said, let's jump over and check out the water version of the battle ranking. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so here we are going into the water trial now, and I'm going to be taking on the Armored Scorpion. We are going to be getting a clear score of above 70,000. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm doing that. So let's go through the battle effects first and foremost. Then I will show you guys the team. However, I do want to preface this. In this fight, the Armored Scorpion is going to choose to debuff one of your characters. I'm not sure if it's just something that comes from the battle effects itself or from the Armored Scorpion. Either way, one of your three characters is going to get hit with a whole slew of debuffs. Now, this fight has a tad bit of RNG in it because for me to get my best score in this, it's best if when that happens, it targets Zac, right? Because Tifa and Sephiroth are going to be my primary DPSs. So in order for this to run properly, you guys might have to run it a couple times just to get that luck right there. But it shouldn't be too bad at all. All right, so let's look at the battle effects right here for the Armored Scorpion free challenge. So we are going to be taking the boss HP at maximum of 1,000 right here. Enemy HP 1,500%, that is max. Enemy physical attack and magic attack, we're also taking that at max level. We are not going to take the enemy physical defense or magic defense. The enemy attack down tiers to others is going to be at +3. That's also going to be max. HP reduction from damage is going to be maxed out. Ally physical attack is going to be maxed out. We're going to be running all magic dealers for damage. The sigils destroyed with command abilities is also going to be maxed out. We're not going to be worrying about breaking the sigil phase. We are going to kill him right as he's going into it. And the ally command gauge fill rate is going to be maxed as well, giving us a stage level of 120 and a total bonus of 500%. All right, so let's look at the team that we are bringing in today. It's going to have a power of 264,000. I am going to be running Sephiroth, Tifa, and Zac. So I don't have any crazy like OB6, OB10 water element weapon, but we are going to subsidize with other things, right? So basically Zac's Arc Sword, Sephiroth's Protector's Blade, and we're basically building this team around them doing as much damage as possible, as fast as possible, very similar to the Earth Trial. So for Sephiroth, we're going to be running him on his Magic Non-Elemental Arcanum costume, Heliacal Rising, his new limit break. We're going to run the Protector's Blade in the main hand, Aonibi in the sub hand. Very important here to run Aonibi. For Tifa, we're going to be running the awesome bunny costume. I'm going to actually switch this so that we actually see this costume because it is such a great one. All right, because I have the skin on Lifeguard right now. So let's go back over here. All right, that's looking a lot better right now. Okay, we're going to be running the bunny gloves at OB1, level 90 in her main hand. And then in the offhand, I'm going to be running the Kaiser Knuckles for the instant high tier debuff to magic defense right here. Zac is also going to be running the Arc Sword, which does a high debuff to magical defense. But at the beginning of the fight, Zac is going to be focused on imperiling water. I did have 400 weapon parts for this weapon, so I boosted it from the Earth Trial right now from OB9 to OB10, because at OB10, this will actually hit high on the Water Imperil on the second cast. However, at the beginning of the fight, Tifa is going to initially break magic defense on the boss. All right. Now for Zack, he's going to be running his buff debuff extension costume. We're going to be running Apocalypse. Oh, for Tifa, we're running Dolphin Blow. Fast casting limit breaks is ideal because you want, as soon as you get them, you're basically winning the fight, so you can get them off right away. We're going to be running the Arc Sword on Zack right here. Essentially, this is going to be his main damage dealer. Once we get the Imperil to high, he's just going to be basically spam casting Arc Blade over and over. All right, now as for the materia, we're not really using any of them, kind of like the Earth trial, but I will go through them just in case you guys do need to go through the sigil phase. So we are going to be running Curas on the front slot for all three characters. I have a stat stick magic attack up materia here, stat stick magic attack up materia here, and a water blow on Zack right there. Then we have all X sigil materias down here, prioritizing magic attack up on these characters, since that is the most important one. Now let's take a look at Sephiroth himself. We'll go over the stats. He's gonna have 103,000 power, 8k HP, 4.4k magic attack, so way up there. Magic defense at 155 here. Now for his R abilities, he's gonna be focusing on magic attack here, magic defense, boost ability potency, boost magic ability potency, and boost magic ability mastery right here. Along with, we're going to get the boost magic attack all allies to Sephiroth, and the boost magic attack all allies coming from Zack's Stream Guard. Now for his sub weapons, we are going to have the Sun Umbrella right here. I'm going to be running the event weapon Igneous Saber for magic attack and magic defense, then also the Bahamut Rapier for magic defense and magic attack as well. Now let's jump over to Tifa Lockhart. 78k power, 7k HP, 3.8k magic attack, 159 magic defense. As you guys can see, we are not running a healer in this fight. This is a full-blown, like, just race to kill these guys before they kill us. All right, so for the R abilities, magic attack is going to be at 6. We have boost water potency at 4. We have Water Blade Arcanum. Then we have some boost magic ability potency here on top of the boost magic attack to all allies, which is stacking from both weapons right there. For her sub weapons, we're going to be running the free chariot wheel right here, along with the siege cannon, both of them giving magic attack and water potency. And last but not least, the beach parasol, which is going to give her some HP and magic defense. Now, last but not least, we are running Zack Fair, 81k power, 9.5k HP, 3.4k magic attack, 107 physical defense, and 118 magic defense. His R abilities are going to be focused not so much on DPS, although he is still going to be doing decent damage throughout the fight. So we have boost HP 4, magic attack 4, magic defense 2. We have some water potency at level 3, and some water resist at 5, and buff debuff extension at level 2, along with the magic attack to all allies. His sub weapons are going to be Zack's Stream Guard at OB6, the 1000 Waves at OB10, and last but not least, Personal Style from Glenn for a little bit of HP and water potency here. Alright guys, so that is going to basically conclude my team build for this fight. You guys might have to watch this a few times. It goes by really fast. Hopefully I'll get lucky here and the boss will debuff Zack. I would say that Sephiroth is the worst person for him to debuff, followed by Tifa, followed by Zack. But if your Tifa had OB6 bunny gloves, then she would be the worst person for the boss to debuff. Either way, we'll see how it goes, and let's get into it. Alright guys, here we are, going into the second water trial. Pretty excited. These have been pretty fun so far. Not super hard, but I could see these being really hard to get in the top 100 for certain players that maybe have started more recently. But hopefully this will help you guys get through and get as high of a score as possible. Alright, so here we go. We are not going to target the ads at all. We are only targeting the Armored Scorpion. Alright, he's going to start with doing Water Wall right here. Alright, at the beginning, I'm just going to sit on Tifa. We're going to Chi Trap, jump over to Zack. We're going to Swirl Drop, jump over to Sephiroth, and Aonibi right off the bat right here. All right, So Tifa is taking the debuffs. Zac is going to take the Water Imperil to high. Sephiroth is going to start attacking. And Tifa is just going to start doing as much damage as she can while we are dealing with the debuffs right here. All right, Zac is going to start using Homing Blast as soon as he possibly can. All right, here we go. And here we are just trying to do as much damage as we can as fast as we can do it. Sephiroth is going to inadvertently take down the ads right here, guys. All right. And here we go, barely hanging on there on Tifa. We're going to get off one more set of attacks right here. And then hopefully our limit breaks will be able to take everything down. All right, boom, there we go. Switching over to the limit breaks right here. And we should have this fight in the bag. Like I said, he targeted Tifa. Not ideal. Hopefully we still hit that 70,000 score. But if he does target your DPS, you don't want him to do that. Just rerun the fight until he targets Zac, which is the Imperiler. He's doing less damage than the other players right here. All right, so let's see how it goes. All right, and we'll see the score. All right, 70,000. There you go. That's the score you guys are shooting for in order to get in the top 100. As you can see, I barely got into it. If we click this right here, I got the A ranking on one hit max damage taken, and then we had the S ranking for total damage taken and the S ranking for total battle time right here. So that being said, I hope this video is helpful to you guys today. If you guys have any questions about this, I know that this is a very open thing that comes into this game, but I hope that this is super helpful to you guys. And don't be afraid to ask questions in the comments, and I will help you out as much as I can. Therefore, if this video was helpful to you guys today, don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care, and peace.